When we were dating, he was very generous. He could give me money like whenever I needed it. I thought it was real love. And one trick those Nigerian men use is that they will never tell you their full names. I begged for a month for him to tell me his other names, but he refused. So I didn't have anywhere to start looking for him. The only name I knew was Richard. Guys, welcome to On The Board Podcast. My name is Francis, and we are back with episode 8 of On The Board Podcast. It's been a while. It's been about a week since we uploaded an episode, but we're back here again with you guys on our podcast. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. We've been well. I myself and I don't know, local man Ajabagambako later on.
You can see I'm shining.
Yes, local man will be telling you later on how he's doing. And how the past 2 weeks have treated him and whatever he has observed over time. I'm fine myself now. The rainy season is not getting the best. It's not treating me well, especially for myself and also
especially
our neighbors.
It is because of where you stay.
Yeah, this side of Chira, Nigeria, the roads are very, very bad.
Very bad. In fact, just like they say, it is. We drive on the left. For us, we are walking on what is left.
So that's in the punchlines.
I'm telling you, Kati, embeera gye tulimu. Oluguudo lwalumba ebinnya kuba ebinnya bye bisinga oluguudo obunene tegeeza oluguudo lwe lwaluyikiriza kati ebinnya.
Yeah, for guys in Nigeria, Chira, I think at least Okagule William, right now we are experiencing the mud, but I think it's better than the potholes. Kubanga mwana potholes ibadde nyingi nnyo.
Is that again?
Zigenda bazikyaliwo, of course, but of course it's a sign of some hope.
That is a third world mentality.
It's like
Kasta ebinya
byagenze. Ne William, tetulina option.
Option where it is working on the road. Period.
Yes.
There's no shortcut. These roads have outlived. They projected them to last. So it is a matter of constructing the roads again.
But what you should know that
the entire road network in Kampala, Mukono, Wakiso, and I think Jinja, but Jinja illustrated there when they were at least doing something. But for our capital city, Mukono, Wakiso, it is terrible.
I'll speak to your mic.
So you cannot be there telling me we have no option.
New Vision published something, how to drive safely around potholes.
That's what I'm telling you. How can you?
But and I was wondering,
instead of just pushing for the construction of roads, now we are now. You want us to act as if everything is okay,
man. All right, the guy said that maneuvering potholes, and they gave 6 tips. The first tip was leave reasonable distance between your car and the one in front. This will help you spot the pothole sooner. The other point is follow the tracks of the vehicle in front of you while keeping an eye on its brake lights. Then avoid switching lanes, leaving your lane will disrupt traffic flow. Blah, blah, blah. But
nekati enguudo zene wamwe wakyaliwo n'ebyoleni
but let whoever chooses to be
watazeewo kwekuba
to take the stray bullet, take it.
watazeewo kweteeka manda mu mpale gateekere.
A new vision, you can do better. You can't be putting this shit in papers, but how to maneuver potholes. Please hold your leaders accountable. What you take?
It's like writing how to rap properly.
It's the same thing, so you could do better. Look, man.
Yo.
What has been going on? Mudachika bidi satu. Church bade chikutomba bide over the past week.
Bidi satu nga nnyonnyola ku chechi nnyo.
Yogera anti mudachikemu.
I'm good. Kimu kitambula bulungi. I'm trying to enjoy myself regardless of the current situations. Simanyi influence, simanyi double taxation, simanyi what, buli kimu. We try as much as possible to survive, because even though you sit home, you do what? Always make sure, however hard the situation is, try your best to at least keep pushing. Kuba waliwo yagamba mbu bamusanga enjala emuluma mu kisiibo, enjala emuluma ng'alidde, okitegeera n'alya before the time of breaking the fast. Naye namugamba swabba oli mu kulya ng'esaate nawereemu, agamba sebe eddiini eyagala mulamu. Eddiini eno nange ogipika ojongera mu maaso n'okusigala nga ndi mulamu. So the best thing to do nga bwe tulinda embeera ekyuke, abaagala enkyukakyuka, abakyayagala status quo, buli kimu kisoboka when you're still alive.
Yeah.
That you can embeera eyo gy'oyagala, that ekusange, the new Uganda ekusange ng'oli mulamu is key. So it is all about trying every day. Every day you wake up, it is an opportunity for you to try again.
Yeah.
So just keep safe and nange bwondaba.
Ekirala man, ebyobufuzi tebibambalanga mu nnyonnyonyo.
Let me tell you this. Sikyayagala wuliriza abantu bagamba bantu bave mu byobufuzi. You know that? Politics determines everything. Terigamba abantu tibave mu byobufuzi.
No,
you can
just carefully.
You can just critique the way they do it. But say nti abantu bave mu byobufuzi, please, because esaza abasuubuzi badde beekalakaasa because of simanyi influence. But
so oli munnamawulire ogiyise influence.
Yes, tetuli ku TikTok.
Ka TikTok tebasoma.
Tuyise mbu tuli ku CNN.
TikTok yo batasoma.
Olowooza tuli ku CNN.
Kale sebo influence.
Oluzungu lugundi lwa maama wange.
Wadde ogamba.
Is it that mode of I don't know of
mentality?
No, that system
Influence
was passed in Parliament.
Yes.
Parliament eriyoki. Politicians. Okitegeera abavubi bali mu kwekalakasa how they are handled ku nnyanja eyo. Bani abakuliyetinga units and amateeka agatwa. So politics affects everyone. If politics goes bad, fenna, we are directly
affected.
Affected. So,
I agree with that, because we are political beings.
So,
you know,
let us just say, let everyone play their part.
Okay.
Bwe kikuliirayo wamanyi gwe yasazeewo ozannya eyo part ekuliisiza, but I cannot tell anyone leave politics, because politics affects all of us. Because budget zonna ze tutambulirako, it is the political wing that passes them. Zino enguudo ze twakwogerako, they are yet to be constructed, because the political wing, for them, they haven't felt like nga wagambye bavuga V8. So maybe for them they haven't felt like zetaaga okukolebwako. But even though they feel that way, we are affected already.
Buli munnabafuzi ng'oli eyo ng'omanyi nti tofaayo eri abantu, oyongeraku kusala obutolofu. mufe nga muleekaana.
Tali ajja kukkuta. Kyova laba kyova abasiraamu ne babeera bagenda okuzika bakkamulamu ne kewalidde konna. Togenda na kyakulya kyonna. Toyina kyogenda nakyo.
Kazambi yenna.
Toyina kyogenda nakyo.
They clean into the dots.
Yes, toyina kyogenda nakyo. So bibamaliramu bwereere just.
I know.
It is just put country before self.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we should all develop that mentality. Mujjalaba nga bwe kimu kitandise okwanguwa because ebintu ebisinga tutwalako sente. Government can take care of them. Health, education, the transport systems. So obi tuyambako, but for them also if you see in Uganda what is funny, they can fail to get a supplementary budget for Mulago.
But they'll get a supplementary budget for
elections.
For elections.
For a by-election. For for anything political. They will get that money. But when it comes to things that
matter,
affect Ugandans directly, a bit like Mulindeko, abasawo tujja bongeza edda. Doctors, what can go on strike? Never you. They don't care. Abasubuzi babeera ne beekalakaasa naye ebyabwe tebalina na kwekalakaasa. It is always past instantly.
Saga byogerako ebintu ebyo ndikuba binkwasa obusungu.
All
right, William, is there anything that caught your attention over the past few weeks? Because I have a lot that caught my attention.
I've seen. Yesterday I saw people complaining about the students that arrived nga bali mu helicopter. Bagamba bakisusa, they are depressing our poor kids at school. Our kids who are going to start to demand for the same blah blah.
Mukole sente muve mukukuluma.
Mukusooka nagambe bakisusizaamu, but bwe natudde bwe nti nenkyetegereza ne ngamba bakisusiza mu maaso gaani. Did they pay for it? Did they use their money? Did they okitegeera nendabanga if the parents can afford,
so be it.
Okay. It is okay. Just you yourself are complaining anti bakisusiza. You have to just work hard because omuntu yena waba yeyagala nga tayina gwanyigiriza. Kuba ennyonyi we yagudde teri nyumba ya muntu gye yatuddeko, amafuta ge batadde musigamwe, abaana banyumiddwa. And I heard that school has always had such.
It's just that this has been more like the epitome of showmanship. But
you see, such arrivals are common in Kenya, not so.
Yeah,
I've seen visitation days in Kenya. In fact, the top schools in Kenya all have helipads.
Yeah, it's just tukyali mabega. And abannayuganda oluusi ndowooza temulina byakola.
Ennaku etulumye nnyo ekyo.
Ennaku ebalumye nnyo, mutuusa ekiseera nga buli muntu who is doing better than you olaba nti mubbi.
Ne bw'ojjayo wallet ne tulabamu ebizike ebisukka ku kimu tugamba yeeraga.
Mukole nnyo, muve ku mukukuluma. Bw'oba owulira nti omwana muzaddewo simanya abaana bo baba traumatizing with good life, but wale mchala watali TV ne social media babeere bino olugwango bakomyawo temutukoya
onyize kati gwe.
You know, Uganda sometimes bakusobera you omunaganda babeera mu mbeera embi, agana babeere mu mbeera
bona babeere mu mbi,
okitegeera beera mu mbeera embi, kola n'amaanyi wejjeyo, okitegeera. So it's not a crime for someone to enjoy their money. Okitegeedde.
Yeah.
Omwana wabanga muzadde wa solo kyafoodinga ate omwana talina musango. Muzadde wabanga ali corrupt nga sente yazijja mu z'omuwi w'omusolo talina musango. Omusango guli kwani? Guli ku muzadde. But inachuzuula nti you know, the parents are responsible for doing certain things. We shall bring them to. Time will tell. Essaawa ejja kujjejje, we hold them accountable. But for now,
the focus shouldn't be about other people. The focus should be you fighting poverty.
All right. Kati, on the same thing, Captain Ashaba Farida, she's a flight captain.
Yeah.
Yagambe to save you energy, the helicopter ride was about 3 million shillings for a drop off at elite school. Must have been about 20 to 30 minutes to get there. Then she said, yes, helicopters are expensive machines, but also some of you spend that in one night in a bar. You know, some prefer an experience. So, please, omuzadde is over there. Actually, it's possible that the parent was complaining about this student spending lots of money on helicopter. You find that these parents actually have the 3 million in their account.
Of course.
But the priority is what? Differ.
Genda apangisemu.
Okitegeera.
Genda atwalemu side chick.
Either atwalemu side chick ebweru oba kyekyo adipostinge ku kataka. You understand? So, goyinza okuba preferring okugula, to buy land.
Whatever you want to use.
No, mulenzi, or their parents prefer to give them this experience. Okitegeera. So, life is in a different...
Life has no balance, that is.
Yeah, it has no balance. Katebe nga kikulumye genda wette.
Sebonedda.
Genda wette. William,
your conclusion is dangerous.
Kati if
it is inhuman.
Inhuman. Nze nkyogedde kale. Genda wette.
It is insensitive.
Alright guys, but we're still live on TikTok. Please follow us, comment and like our social media pages on Instagram, YouTube on the Boat Podcast, and also Facebook on the Boat Podcast.
We're also waiting for their feedback about this new thing we are doing for them.
Please feel free to share your feedback with us, and we appreciate everyone else who's actually watching us. And
yes, and feel free to positive, negative feedback is everything. Anything is feedback.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love you. Tubagala nnyo.
Yes, sir.
Kati William. This is going to be a bit
consultancies are every day testing.
Sebo William Lia gwa HIV test. Amugamba no testinga HIV nagamba yetaaga committee.
Aba producer nga atuyanye naye sebo yali aloza ogenda muyita. Sali nzeka.
Producer.
Sali nzeka.
You are afraid of HIV test?
I'm producer. Omulaba leero obuko obwaliko.
Yasize mu mazina.
Aturecordinga yesigamye na ku kisenge sebo.
Alright, kati ekiriwo, there's a serious elephant in the room that we need to really address. And one of the reasons why we actually delayed to come on to this particular episode is because I was collecting some factual information so that we can reply to people that bring on this crazy fight back to us. This is a response that we are specifically going to dedicate to our Nigerian brothers. The video.
Francis, don't setting buto.
No, ani akusettinga.
Oh, setting down.
No. Nze kati kino kachetike wagwa kasiri kakiri okay.
Francis, you always bring your personal battles. No to sit with you.
No, these are not personal battles. How can I attack an entire country?
Francis, you see. Versus you at the age where you want money so much so you can do anything to get it. So no. Make sure it's not personal.
Where am I getting the money from here?
The last time we talked about Nigerians,
they came for us.
They came for us.
No, listen. I don't care. Whichever way the Nigerians come. For you, okay, you can choose to keep quiet.
I'm not going to keep quiet, but let me air this disclaimer.
Okay. Okay.
The comments, opinions, statements aired by anyone on this show
are not on the Boat Podcast.
Yes.
They are for individual people.
Yes. And they should be dealt with as individuals.
It should
not
be dealt
as a team.
Individually.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
To see him.
Go ahead. Producer, muteke mufuremu yeka. Ngatandika.
So kuni nego producer. No. The lights are hot, so
it's okay.
All right, guys.
Sikula mfufu. Free Francis. Which
all right, guys.
Hashtag do you prefer? Free Francis or
Francis to the world.
or justice for Francis.
Justice for Francis. All right. Guys, it's been a while. A month ago, we posted a video and we were talking about, we're giving an account of how some Nigerians actually take advantage of Ugandan women.
Producer, frame him proper.
Take advantage of Ugandan women to basically get passports out of them. And this is very common in the UAE, Dubai and those countries in the UAE. So when I uploaded the video on TikTok, got a lot of traction, and many Nigerians were up in arms about what I had put up. They were claiming it's not true. Others were actually, because one thing I've realized is others were actually, instead of logically disapproving me or telling me otherwise, they were insulting. And it's okay, because I personally, out of experience, I know that a lot of Nigerian brothers and sisters do not know how to have a logical conversation. Instead of
attacking.
No, it's the truth. Instead of telling me, brother, what you're saying is actually not true because of such and such a reason, they will basically tell you that they will instead attack your character.
Your camera quality.
Yeah, they'll be like, your camera quality is bad. It looks like you're in 1980, But you know what? Guess what? That's what we want. Your equipment is so up to date to get any kind of picture quality that we want. You understand? So, and some even go as far as saying, is Uganda a country? Or is some village somewhere? You understand? We don't care about you come with your insults, but I also realize that sometimes when someone comes with insults, it's hard for you to get back at them with an intelligent response. So sometimes you want to respond to them in equal measure. So you come with an insult, I give you back an insult. That's just what it is. But now we are back with facts. So, of she despite the fact that actually there were ladies, there's a lady actually, a Ugandan lady. She was married. She got married they didn't get married, but they got a situation together.
Did she consent for you to share a story?
Exactly, because she sent it in my inbox.
Okay.
She met a gentleman, a Nigerian gentleman here in Uganda through a friend. She confirmed that actually the Nigerian guy used her in the same fashion that I described. And disappeared. But guess what? Some Nigerian guys actually were telling her that she's betraying her own kind by telling the truth about what the Nigerian brother did to them. They thought she's Nigerian because her name is Choma, and it turns out that Choma is a name she gave to her daughter after the husband, actually, because the guy impregnated her and left.
And disappeared.
Now, let me come with a very detailed story about this whole thing, because she shared it with me on TikTok. And I'm not going to insult you, Nigerian brothers and sisters. Some of you that try to insult us or me, I'm basically going to come with facts. Because it is what it is.
Okay.
So I'm going to share with you this story that Choma actually shared with me. She first said, "Hello, I have turned off the comments on all my videos on her status because the Nigerians were attacking her daughter and abusing her in the comment section." So she decided to turn off the comments.
Okay.
Because when they saw what she commented about how I've been through the same experience, they went onto her profile and went through all her videos and started insulting and abusing her daughter. You understand?
Okay. So
she turned off the comments.
That was petty.
I'm telling you, these guys, they're very petty. So then I asked her, can you please share your experience? And she said, fine. So currently, because of what happened to her, she's back in the village. She's in Tungamu. She said, I wouldn't be in the village right now if he didn't take my money. Man. When we were dating, he was very generous. He could give me money like whenever I needed it. I thought it was real love. After some time, he told me how he was expecting money from his white friends. That is, that he wanted to start up a business for me when that money came. But he needed to put some money first. Then they sent him the dollars. I was so in love that I didn't get time to think about it a lot. Understand? I had 15 million. Then I borrowed 6 million from my brother and gave it to him, thinking that if the dollars come, she would get more. After giving the money, I would call him, but the numbers were off. Text him on WhatsApp and no replies. I thought he needed some time alone. I started vomiting in that period. I realized I was pregnant. I went at his place to tell him the good news, only to find that he was no longer living in Chirinya. And one trick, then she said, this is her realization. And one trick those Nigerian men use is that they will never tell you their full names. I begged for a month for him to tell me his other names, but he refused. So I didn't have anywhere to start looking for him. The only name I knew was Richard. I'm not even sure whether it was his real name. So I didn't know that Nigerians in Uganda would be scammers too. That's what she said. So she further explained that she met him through a friend, and okay, that's I don't want to talk about the rest of the story, but there is one Ugandan that confirmed that actually these things are happening. So after she was impregnated, the guy disappeared with her money, and she got pregnant. And to this day, the guy actually does not know whether he has a daughter in Uganda or not.
Okay, I understand. But you not to set me. I have to also first tell you this. I think it would be mean for me to give my opinion or my comments about that in reference to Nigeria or Nigerian men. Because we've seen those things also happen here when it is
Ugandan men doing it.
When a Ugandan man is doing it.
Okay.
So it is such tricks are not a reserve of Nigerian men.
True.
Any man can do it. You can do it. The producer can do it. Me, I cannot do it, obviously.
Why are you saying I can do it?
I'm a good man. I'm a good man.
Okay.
So I will give my opinion as per that individual.
You give as per that individual.
That individual.
But
that
before
man.
you go to that individual,
Oh yes.
I also.
You have another incident.
Yes.
Okay. For you, your target is to back up the other episode.
Exactly.
That got us abused.
Yes.
Trolled. Okay.
And all that. My target is to tell these people that it's not that all Nigerians are bad. Actually, I have very good Nigerian people, brothers.
Yes.
I don't know sisters, but I know Nigerian brothers. That
Me, I am one of. I consume their content. I'm a big fan of Sabinus, my guy. Is my best.
Sydney the talker.
Yeah,
Sydney talker.
I have Tiwa Savage.
Yeah.
Battle ranking. Who else? I love Nigerian content. They are strong.
So now going back to the other exact kind of scenario why it's happening in the UAE.
Okay.
So another lady reached out. I reached out to another lady on TikTok. She's a West African who has lived in Dubai for about 8-10 years, more than 8 years. She's a teacher there.
Okay.
So she reached out to my inbox.
She's from West Africa.
Yes.
Okay.
So she reached out to my inbox. But what her comments, when she saw the video, her comment was positive. She said, this thing is actually happening in the UAE. But on the other hand, Nigerian men are not entirely to blame for these things happening in the UAE. Our sisters, the Ugandan ladies, are actually to a larger extent, are the one to blame for what is happening to them in the UAE, courtesy of the Nigerian brothers. So she said that. She said that, well, I would say in every nationality there exist all sorts of people, like you said.
Yes.
But I think Ugandan girls need to open their eyes and brains in this country. Most of them are too naive. Okay, let me say it this way. I have lived in this country for 15 years.
UAE.
Yes.
Okay.
In my first 8 to 10 years to 11 years here, the narrative about Ugandan girls was not as it was now. Recently, there have been a burst on something. How did I know? I am a teacher and I interact a lot. Most of my friends are males, West African males to be precise. When I listen to them talk about Ugandan girls, I wonder what will happen if the girls hear what is being said about them. Most Nigerian men say they just want them to experience the water they spew in bed. And to feel big and to feel the big butts, to feel the big nyash. Then she says, sorry for saying that directly. They believe our ladies, the Ugandan ladies, are easy to get. As a lady, I feel hurt when they say such things about any lady, irrespective of the nationality. So I asked her, so a few things I just want to know about these Ugandan Nigerian stories. Many times, Ugandan men are faulted for taking advantage. Nigerian men are faulted for taking advantage of Ugandan women, but the question is, are Ugandan women not being an easy target? Then she said, let me answer you. Yes, most of them are easy targets. From my experience, at first, our Ugandan women were not so popular among West African men. After some time, when they started making videos talking about how watery they are in bed, everything changed. Ask 10 West African men about Ugandan girls. 7 will tell you about this. She said, ask 10 West African men about Ugandan girls. 7 will tell you about the same. I remember one time I tried to argue this out. So I then asked her, so they ate. So I asked her, is it true that Ugandan girls are basically being used as sexual objects? On the other hand, I think it comes from the fact that Ugandan women are making it easy for themselves, themselves. So she said, I remember one time I tried to argue this out with the guys in my flat, arguing about whether or not Ugandan women are just being easy targets.
Yeah.
When we had a weekend come together over drinks, the Nigerian men say that they want Ugandan ladies for these reasons. They are cheaper to maintain financially, that's one. Easy to manipulate, 2. Easy to have anytime, 3. But despite the fact that Ugandan women are easy to maintain, easy to have anytime, easy to manipulate, they can't keep them as wives. And she gave reasons. Hygiene issues. Abakazi Abanyarwanda bachafu nnyo Abanyarwanda they were interacting nabo. They can't cook West African food. And thirdly, they don't think fast. However, I might say this, brother, some of them still marry Ugandan ladies. So there is not really 100% scenario of the same.
Of course.
Every nationality has women who think every nationality has women who think that what they offer in bed is the ultimate. But the thing is that our ladies have lost it because the men openly praise them for that. they don't see the lie. These guys just be lying to them. He said, most of us women like to be sweet talked and to be treated well, even if we know it's just for a moment. But the difference now is that where is the lie? Our women don't know what most African women are capable of. Most of us West African girls already know. Well, you don't have to blame your girls. Most of them here are learning the hard way, just like some of us did. Understand? I am a West African girl, and I will tell you that Nigerian men are good in bed. That's what she said. But Nigerian men don't like their West African women. They give us bad names because we already know how to deal with them. They use our ladies to insult us. So they use Ugandan ladies to insult their West African women. You know? So then he says, as for me in person, I'm not that flatty type. I'm here to do what I'm here to do. I make my rules in relationships and stand on my grounds. Our men, West African men, don't like that. But my Cameroonian fiancé, take out that, don't like that. So West African men are extremely energetic. Okay, that's she was talking about the sex part of it. So the thing is, her point is that when men can't get a woman easily, he must give her a bad name. West African girls are not bad. They just have they're just built differently. There's coming a time that your women will build theirs too, and then the bad name they give us will also include them as well. So that's the point.
Is it? Is she a woman or a girl?
She's a woman.
Okay. I think she has a lot of truth in her submission, and I think her research was on point. I think she at least took time to engage different people, but I don't think she has ever she has engaged the Ugandan ladies to hear their side of the story. No, this is what
she says about engaging with Ugandan ladies. Because the ones, she even took evidence. She took a video of one Ugandan lady that was in the flat where she was living in, that had overstayed in the Nigerian man's house, and she didn't want to leave. So her fears is, the thing with the Ugandan women, when they go to stay to these Nigerian men's houses, most of the times they become so comfortable. So they become vulnerable. And even if she wants to try to get them something to do or tell them that you're going to be taken advantage of, she's afraid that the Ugandan lady might actually take back the information. The big guy that tell them,
of course,
one of your own is actually bad mouthing you.
Of course.
So that's why she interacts with them, but she can never tell them that, you know what?
She can never tell them off. Exactly. She can never be straight with them.
Yeah, like, you know what? This is what is up, actually, if you're not careful. Because they're going to be reported, that she's going to be reported back to her fellow mates.
You see, the most important point she raised and observation that I liked most, and it is 100% true, is most of our women are an easy target. And remember, when it comes to crime, you always go for the
easy target.
The easy target, because teja kutawanya, and you can do it. Is easy targets are easy to manipulate, easy to play around with. So I think that point is critical.
Yes.
In this
whole story thing we've been talking about.
Because you see, they are I don't want to sound insensitive, but it is very easy to impress our girls out there.
Not even out there.
It is very easy. You understand?
It's so easy.
And given our background, that majority of us come from poor backgrounds and what, so once we see certain things, there's a way we get excited, there is a way we easily get lost.
Yeah, especially if you're not in the crowd, you see something that's out of the norm of what you know, and it's really good. So, like you said, the Nigerian men, what they do is they splash money on you as a woman.
Of course.
They use the money
of course
to talk.
Yeah, and some of those girls are not used to those very nice apartments, those luxury outings and what.
Omukazi omunauganda neba tukutuku oba omututte
eyina emipiira
esatu tukutuku eyina emipiira esatu.
So you see, the most important point she raised is the target.
Vulnerability.
Yes. And with that, there is no way
you can survive that.
You can survive.
That lady elaborated well what could actually be the cause why maybe Ugandan women are being victims of this so-called scam by some Nigerian people. But I want to also say that Ugandan women, man, I feel like the Nigerian brothers are able to do whatever they want to do with you because you're enabling it. So they're able to do whatever they want with you. First of all, okay, maybe it happened out of desperation. In the UAE, because the lady said that the girl actually came there and stayed for a week. She doesn't have a job, but she's staying at the Nigerian guy's place.
Most Ugandans that go to those countries, they use a visiting visa, and then they overstay. That's what they usually use. Bagenda ne bagamba ekiba kibe. Let me just leave Uganda and try. So bwe batuuka, you remember you have nowhere to stay, everything is for paying. And someone comes and
they're just like a savior.
Yes. So you be like Katuano Siva. Why I can blame them is they forget what took them there. You went there to change your home. You reach there, you start enjoying alone. And remember, your enjoyment is in your enjoyment you're depending on someone. If that someone goes away, you're back
to zero,
to negatives now. Because if they were doing all that, nganabo bayina kye babafunamu
in the long run.
Have you ever gone okufera omuntu n'omaliriza nga teyakufeze? You understand?
Yeah.
Because if they can do that, that is a match. Kati nabo batandika okukola ki? Okutyamu nti ne bano bwe tubadde tusuubira nti baakafeero baana baalabuka kati. So it is the Ugandan women should just also, like the lady said, they don't think. They should start thinking.
Yes, Ugandan ladies, actually, after having a conversation with this West African woman, who I will not make mention of.
But I think one day we should host her on TikTok.
She's not
Live.
in Uganda. Maybe TikTok Live. Yeah, we could host her on TikTok Live, but I don't think she will be comfortable to come out.
No, she doesn't need to
show her face.
Yeah, okay. She doesn't need to show her face. She can just,
So Ugandan women who are in the UAE, after speaking to that lady, I actually feel like, you see, when you allow yourself to be used as a vessel, you don't blame the person that has taken advantage of you. You blame yourself.
Of course.
So at this point,
go alolabyeko omuntu eyazase emmotoka bwagivuga binyakuba bikuba atomeza butomeza.
So at this point, I don't blame the Nigerian brothers. I blame the Ugandan women for being easy targets. Please wake up and think for yourselves. Know where your power lies. Learn from West African sisters. They already told you that for them, the Nigerian guys don't like them because they stood their ground.
Yeah.
And now you're being used as a bait to make the Nigerian men jealous. You know, so you're just being used as vessels. So you need to wake up and fix yourselves. And to our friend who came out and shared that story about that unfortunate incident with the Nigerian brother, please, we're just praying that you move on well.
And it is never late to start again.
It's never late to start again.
Yeah, as long as you're still alive, you can start again and you will make it.
Yes.
That's for sure. Because whatever you did
was a learning experience.
Yeah, and you did it your intentions were pure. You were just unfortunate that you were dealing with omuntu atategerekeka, but regardless, just move on, start again. You succeed. You have the brains. You have everything.
Yeah. So, Logo man, do you know okra? Okra, this thing that goes like this. It's on high demand in Kenya. Yeah.
Linda konga tetunagenda high demand. Kafuse high demand dagala lina cheriwonya.
Yes. Sisi kuwonya. And I think the Kenyan ladies are late on okra.
I know someone that I always see. Our bottle is transparent, so I usually
full of okra.
Yes, so, but I've never been there, and
let me read for you the story. Yes?
Okay.
So this is a story done. It's courtesy of Citizen TV, Citizen News. The headline says KEBS speaks on regulation of okra water and Wuji power. KEBS is like the UNBS of Kenya. So actually the authorities have come out to want to regulate the use.
They're over-consuming it.
Yes.
And it is only the ladies.
Yes.
Okay.
Now let me explain.
I won't take it the check-up.
And I feel like those ladies are late. You gotta women already ahead of time. So the story reads, demand for okra plant in Kenya has been on unprecedented rise. So much so that the price of the previously not so much known plant continues to rise. So Ugandan businessmen, okra mwita batya mu Luganda?
Okra eriye bitakyuka.
Abasuubuzi be Uganda okra oyo mutandika omutwala Kenya. Export. Whispers of okra water, the newfound sensation taunted for its mystical prowess in enhancing sexual health, continues to spread like a wildfire among Kenyan women. Hey! At the same time, men are not to be outdone. Hey! They continue to indulge in the allure of Wuji power. A concoction steeped in tradition and folklore, crafted for a blend of arrowroot flour, peanut flour, cassava flour, pumpkin seeds flour, and a dash of secret ingredients. Wuji power promises vitality and vigor in every sip for men. So while Kenyan women are taking okra water, the men are taking Wuji power. so they are consolidating efforts.
As you're trying to lubricate,
is also
energy drink.
Kenyans to the world, man. We love you.
You see,
understand where you're going.
You see, the funny thing about that. You see that government is saying they are going to start regulating citizens. The citizens bagenda chikola 10 new times 10.
Oh, it's taken because they need to catch up before the what?
Because chemanyi okay kufa abafirika I'm sure because in Kenya Uganda government wevayo negamba waliwo yakoza akokunywa yajje no natugamba nti mwenge naye twakazudde tikalimu man power abana Uganda bagenda
tojukira godi bamuyita kombucha Uganda has drunk kombucha
abana bagenda kuduuka waliwo akalaba ali bakayita batya sikyakalaba
kali kakuba
nakanywako nange bali natuuya nanzena ali bakayita batya
short like this
nga ka 1k nga kalinga juice nga kalinga juice producer like okamanyi
producer
mukama nayamba
mukama nayamba yali muzibu
nakanywa nze nane ntulukuka nenga
but mukama nayamba is still on the market I hear
nduddo kalaba
okay ojakapa akukwolo all right the story reads however amidst the frenzy the Kenyan Bureau of Standards has casted a spotlight on the controversy revolving around the public safety of the consumption of okra water and Wuji power. Dr. Muwira, the director of quality assurance and inspection at KEBS, says regulation of the consumption of okra water falls under the mandate of the Kenyan Plant Health Inspectorate Service, the government agency responsible for assuring quality. However, on the Uji Power, the KEBS director of quality assurance and inspection states that the authority is working on developing a code of practice to guide on the process of production and handling of not only the traditionally made porridge but also the natural juices and solids and the ones sold on the road. According to Dr. Murira, this will support the commercialization and hygiene. A standard for traditional porridge made from various cereals and fermented will be developed to support the commercialization and hygienic handling of the process of manufacturing. See what are you reading about it there?
I'm just seeing here, Monitor has a story saying why you should plant okra this year.
You see?
I think there is market.
There's market in Kenya for okra. Bananga basubuzi. Kano ke kaseera okwenyigira mu bulimi bwa okra kubanga akatale kali e Kenya. Katokomoka. But you see,
they say it's time to say okay to okra.
You know okra. You see, if you go to TikTok and you type in the word okra, you'll find the women that have actually prepared big gallons of okra water and they're just sipping on it.
Oh, you know one.
You know one.
That is already sipping.
But to Kenyans, man, kudos, man. Keep taking that okra water. Keep taking the Uji power because generations after generations must be produced and built on strong foundations. All right, before we go, there is also another trend in Kenya. What have you found that interesting?
I just wanted to know what okra is because they say people think it is a vegetable, but it is a fruit. Okra is part
of
fruit. Yeah.
Oh, okra is a fruit, guys.
Yeah. It is part of the Maro family of botanicals.
But you see, I feel like the Kenyan women are actually you're late on okra water, okra whatever. Because our Ugandan women, this is like a daily thing.
They have been drinking it from time memorial.
Time memorial, man. They've been drinking this thing. So I think you might want to consult on your Ugandan sisters because I don't know what the Ugandan sisters are on right now. Because since they've been drinking okra way back, they must be on some other sophisticated stuff.
Kati abava kati.
Yeah, abava.
Kati bali wala. Producer, what does your girlfriend take?
HTDB. Alright guys, before we leave, there's a new trend in Kenya still. You see, I don't know whether you did that. You know, we go to a club and you take shots. You know, the aim is to get high quickly.
Yeah.
We used to call them chugging. You used to say that chug, then you take the shots. But now, the girls in Kenya, the so-called Gen Zs, have taken it a notch higher. So instead of
they don't take shots.
They don't take shots. Now they get a tampon, fresh tampon that has not been used. Let's say put it in maybe Jameson whiskey. She dips it in the Jameson whiskey.
Totandika Francis.
What? Are you listening or not?
I'm listening. Nesaga could go.
So they dip it in the tampon. The tampon sucks it in.
Okay.
And then they put it inside their female reproductive system. It could either go to the female reproductive system
to make it high.
You don't allow me to finish.
Okay. Because
you don't allow me to finish.
Okay, finish.
It's either in the reproductive system that which either the reproductive system or in the back end, in the ass. So it has been established that when they put that tampon that is filled with alcohol in their reproductive system or in their buttholes, the rate at which they get high is so high. And that's a system of doing things has been termed as butt chugging.
What's it so? Saganyo.
I'm serious.
Saganyo how?
We shall explain that in the next episode.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research. Kwa saga kumfuranga far.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been on the board podcast. See you then.